Hello friends, thank you for watching Edupedia World Videos. In the last session, we studied about the history of the cell, and today we continue with the diversity of the cell. But before studying further the various types of cells, let us discuss about what are unicellular and multicellular organisms. Unicellular and multicellular organisms. The organisms which are made up of only one cell are known as the unicellular organisms. Example, Mycoplasma, Paramecium, and the bacteria. As their body cannot be further divided into various types of cells, these are also known as the acellular organisms. On the other side, the organisms which are made up of more than one cell are called the multicellular organisms. Their body can be made up of few cells to various millions of cells. The examples of the multicellular organisms are fungi, plants, and animals. Now, a few facts about the cell. The smallest cell is the mycoplasma, also known as PPLO or pleuropneumonia-like organism. This organism is similar to the agents of bovine pleuropneumonia. This is the smallest cell which is capable of self-replication. The largest cell which exists is that of the ostrich egg. And the longest cell which is present is that of the nerve cell. Now, let us take a brief overview of what is a prokaryotic and a eukaryotic cell. A prokaryotic cell. This is the structure of a typical prokaryotic cell. The word prokaryotic is made up of two words. Pro, which means primitive, karyon, which means nucleus. Thus, the cell which has a pro or a primitive type of nucleus is known as the prokaryotic cell. The example is bacteria or the cyanobacteria. Now this cyanobacteria is also known as a blue-green algae, but it is not an algae. It has most of the characters which are similar to that of the bacteria. The nucleus is absent in a prokaryotic cell. So the genetic material keeps floating into the cytoplasm. The region where this genetic material is found in the prokaryotic cell is known as the nucleus. The prokaryotes also are characterized as they lack a cell membrane outside the cell organelles. Now, the characteristic feature of the prokaryotic cell is that they have 70 S type of ribosomes. Now, this S here stands for the Swedberg unit, which counts the sedimentation rate during the process of centrifugation. Thus, ribosomes which are a bit primitive, they are found in the prokaryotic cells. Next, let us take a eukaryotic cell. Now, this is the complex structure of a eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic, again, this word is made up of two words, eu, which means new, karyon, which means a nucleus. Thus, in the eukaryotic cell, the nucleus is well developed. The well-known examples of the eukaryotic cell is the human being, the plant cell, or any developed animal cell. The cell organelles in this type of cell are well membrane bounded also. The main difference which occurs in the prokaryotic as well as the eukaryotic cell is the ribosomes are of 80 S type. Again, S stands for the Swedberg unit. Now, since we have looked into the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, let us take up the differences between the two. When we compare the size of the prokaryotic cell is comparatively small, whereas the eukaryotic cell is comparatively large. When we see the nucleus, the prokaryotic cell does not have a nucleus On the contrary, it has a region which is known as the nucleoid. Whereas in the eukaryotic cell, the membrane-bounded, well-developed nucleus is formed. If we talk about the chromosomes, the prokaryotic cell have a single circular chromosome, whereas in the case of eukaryotic, 2 to several chromosomes are found. Example, when I talk about a human cell, we have 46 chromosomes in a particular cell. When I talk about a nucleolus, it is absent in a prokaryotic cell, but it is present in the eukaryotic cell. As we have already discussed, the cell organelles like the mitochondria, the lysosome, the centrioles, they are not membrane bounded in a prokaryotic cell, but in case of eukaryotic cell, they have their own membrane. Some organelles are double membrane bounded, some are single membrane bounded. When we talk about the examples, the prokaryotic cell, the best example is the bacteria, whereas the eukaryotic cell, the best example is the plant cell or the animal cell. Now, let's take a step further. When I talk about the eukaryotic cell, it can be of two types, a plant cell and an animal cell. Now, first starting with the plant cell. This is the structure of a typical plant cell. The cell wall is the outermost covering of the plant cell. Now this cell wall has a special role. As see, the plants, they have to live in the rigid and harsh conditions of the environment. They do not have any covering of clothing, or they do not have their home to take the shelter. So the cell wall protects them from the rigid and harsh conditions of the environment. As you can see, there is a large vacuole present in the center. This is the characteristic feature of a plant cell. In a typical plant cell, the food is stored in the form of starch. Now this starch is made during the process of photosynthesis. Now, the animal cell. Animal cell has the outermost covering, which is known as the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. A typical cell wall is absent in case of the plant cell. Also, the animal cells do not have the capacity to synthesize their own food, which is present in the plant cell. So the plant cell has the plastids which are typically absent in the animal cell. The food which was stored in the form of starch in the plant cell is stored in the form of glycogen in an animal cell. Now let us take the differences between the plant cell and an animal cell. When we talk about the size, the plant cells are usually larger in size when compared to the animal cell. The cell wall is present in case of the plant cell, and in a typical plant cell it is made up of cellulose. The cell wall is absent in case of animal cell. As the plant cell has a central vacuole, the nucleus is pushed towards the periphery, whereas in case of the animal cell, the nucleus is present in the center. As the plant cells have the capacity of photosynthesis, the plastids and the chloroplasts are the structures which help in the process of photosynthesis. These structures are typically absent in an animal cell. Centrosome or the centrioles are absent in the plant cells. They may be formed or found in the lower category of plant cells, but usually the higher plants, they are absent. Whereas in the case of animal cell, they are present. A large central vacuole is present in case of the plant cell, whereas few and small vacuoles are present in an animal cell. When we talk about the Golgi body, several Golgi bodies or the units which are known as dictyosomes are present in the plant cell, whereas in an animal cell the Golgi bodies are prominent and very complex structures which help in the folding and the maturation of proteins, which we are going to study further. The reserve food in case of plant cell is the starch, which is made during the process of photosynthesis, whereas in case of animal cell it is the glycogen, which is the stored form of a carbohydrate.